Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
I feel like I should. I wanted to yell, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not the person who should be hosting this at all. So I'm going to pass this off to
Yell
Dot
it.
or Noir.
Yell. No,
Right.
nuh-uh. No, now you have to.
Okay,
You are
okay.
obligated.
Welcome to Kobold Press and into the Southlands. That's a cat. I usually have a desert behind me. Anyway, Noir, help.
I felt like that was perfect, and I think we should just let him run the whole thing.
I'm gonna
I was
clip
about
that
to hand you the
sound,
reins.
and now it's gonna just play every time we go live on Kobold Press.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back with another episode of Into the Southlands, and this is the penultimate episode. We're getting close. We're getting close to the finish here now. As you may see, unfortunately, we are down a B, but don't worry, they're with us in spirit, and we're gonna continue to tell an awesome story. I'm your GM, Noir, he, they, and that's enough about me and all this other stuff. Let's get to the most important part of any story, and that's the people that make the story happen. And we are gonna start with Shoddy or KP. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you're playing today.
It's caught me off guard there for a second. But
Yeah.
hello, everybody.
Shaking it up.
Yeah. My name is KP, also known as KP11 Studios, and I played my character named Shani. He is a Ravenfolk bard / with a hint of roguishness, a little hint, and I am the group's chronicler. I joined this party as a chance happenstance, and I'm here to tell you the real story, the whole story, and nothing but that, including the little warts and all.
Nice, I like it. Next, we've got Anita, aka Moonshine. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Lord
Hello,
of the
everyone.
Grease.
I am your Ravenfolk artificer, Moonshine the Magnificent, owner and proprietress of Moonshine's magical marketplace of cryptic curiosities. And she believes that everything can be solved with liberal application of the grease spell and has yet to be proven wrong.
Okay.
I look for the day somebody's like, "Please grease me," and Moonshine's just like
I'm out of butter.
Can't get. Yeah, I've got butter.
Honestly, that might be Noir. Like, I know you probably have an awesome plan, but what if you throw us a monster that's only weakness is grease? You know the dice will not roll in our favor then.
Yeah, that's how it
No,
works.
that will not.
That's not at all how that would work.
Listen, I've read at least 2 books. I think I know.
No, the ultimate bad guy for this season is the Butter Bandit, who is immune to
The Butter Gang Bandit?
The Butter Bandit.
I
thought maybe it's time to have a
Ajax?
butter grease fight. I'm
We just
feeling
have
I'm
Ajax,
feeling a grease
It's
off.
fair. Moonshine's pronouns are she, her. My pronouns are she, there, they. My name is Anita. Nice to meet you.
And next, we've got the most shredded cat you know. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. The most shredded cat you know. Marcus, save me.
Wow.
I would love to. I think you're wonderful. Hi, my name is Marcus, and I'm drinking lots of coffee right now. I am Marcus, he, him. I'll be playing Zat, a Bastet catfolk who is very small and was chosen by a god for reasons that I still don't understand. But we're going to find out probably today on Dot's turn.
Well, I feel like I have to follow that. I'm Dot. I play Ufu, who does not grease people, nor is any kind of godly hero. It's just an arena trying to get through the freaking Southlands and find some furniture for our boat. That's it.
Of pointing though.
Oh,
You can point things out like nothing. Look, it is.
Ufu is really, you're right. You know what, KP? This is why you're my friend. Ufu is great at pointing things out, which, when you're traveling through the Southlands, pointing things seems important.
I feel like,
Is
I feel
a
like we
pointy
would.
thing that points things.
That's right. I slap with one hand and I point with the other. Ufu's pronouns are him.
Slap and point.
Slap and point. And my pronouns are she, her.
Can I also just say, for every subscription or donation that you make, I'm just calling this out here. Marcus is just going to nya. He's a cat. So we are severely lacking in nyas.
Yeah, I will
And
do
then
it.
just yeah.
It's true.
You have
And
my word.
you know, you have my word.
I'll do it.
There it is.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't make him do it, y'all.
We'll all
here's the
do
thing.
our little animal noises. How about that?
Oh no.
What would an arachna sound like?
If you're good at something, never do it for free. You have to donate to find out.
Yeah.
That's right. We have integrity here
I
on
know.
this channel.
Oh, hey, we already have subscribed. There you go.
Hey! That was a follow. That was a follow. That was a follow.
Okay.
We'll
okay,
track
okay.
it. We'll track them in the end, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, I will. I will
1
read off
billion
subscriptions, and we
yes.
will mew for every time.
All of us, or just Marcus?
I
Just
mean,
I can caw.
I can caw too.
Oh yeah.
ooh. So you will get a menagerie of animal sound effects.
Ooh.
So we'll be
Menagerie.
mewing,
I
cawing,
am terrified.
and Noir will be just cursing under their breath about the dice rolls, I think, and what we're doing to ruin the game. I'm so excited. Let's do this.
Noir, take
On.
us away.
Into the Southlands.
And so with that, we zoom back in to the desert, and we're going back in time just a little bit with the re-emergence of Zat and the disappearance of Shani. And Shani, as you begin to walk and you feel a breeze, and no longer are you in the hot, burning desert, but now you find yourself in an eternal white hole with standing next to a bath of sparkling white liquid, and the smell of perfume and catnip are heavy in the air. You see a beautiful, feminine, feline figure standing in front of you. And
Not really my type, but okay.
Did you say that?
Oh yeah. He was like, well, hello. I mean, that's nice and all, but not really my type.
Oh no, I didn't bring. No, not at all.
That's not for me.
No, hello. You hear this powerful voice coming from the figure. She goes, I am Bastet.
Hi.
And hello, Shadi. I've been watching you. You've stood with my guardian for a time. And I believe
Standing is a thing. Yes, I've been standing next to him. Indeed.
And I believe you're chronicling their journey.
Yes, he's been fantastic. A little unbalanced. That giant sword. Did you hand him the sword? Was that your sword? Kind of seems like a little unfair to him. He's a absolutely fantastic abs though. Fantastic. I've been every time I talk about him, I have to mention the abs.
He's truly built as one of our paragons. And as for the sword, he acquired it. He's under no obligation to wield it, but it is rather amusing to watch.
Oh, so you this is entertainment. I like you.
Entertainment and a bit of a game, which is why you've been brought here.
Okay.
You see, there's one that has watched you for some time, and
I have a stalker.
You have someone that is interested, and you hear the click of.
Before I hear it, he goes, "Listen, love, this ain't coming free. I'm just letting you know. I don't put out without dinner."
The voice actually goes, that is not true. On this date and this date and this date,
Listen,
I
Dad.
believe you did put out before dinner. And like the recollection of your life is accurate almost to the T.
And he looks at him and goes, and he looks at his notepad and that list and he goes, like, that's where he feels a little incompetent at. None of like the stories. Just like, dang, I need to step up my game.
And you see another feminine figure, this one looking a bit older, and it almost appears that she's wearing a hood, but on closer inspection you see that this is actually attached to her in the very same way that the cobra head has a hood.
Ooh.
And she looks older, and she has bags and bags full of books and tomes.
Ooh.
And she smiles. Shani?
I think for the first time he seems a little like he's a little smitten immediately. Like it's the books and just the overall like, ooh, hello, hi.
Hello. I am Wadjet, mother of cobras.
Pleasure, and then, like you see him like kind of catch himself and go, and then kind of just like this huge wave, and every movement he makes is just clanking of noises because of all the instruments on him. So it's just like tries to bow and do like the little one-handed was it a bow, curtsy, one of those things. He can't decide, like he's like does a weird half and half kind of a thing.
Just does some squats.
just got
The stat looks at her, and she looks at the stat, and then they're both looking at you, and the stat kind of rolls her eyes, the tail flickers, and she starts to walk away. And Wadjet immediately walks to you and places a hand on your back, and instantly you are in a giant library that just has the names of every person you've ever met. It has the name of every item you've ever owned. It has a collection of all things lost in your life.
So that's where I put my toy. Oh, I'd like this.
You and your kind are one of my favorites. You understand the importance of stories, and you make sure that people remember.
Oh, I do my best. There's a lot of stories to tell. They're so fun. So many interesting people and journeys and adventures.
Well, you are in the middle of quite the story.
Oh, I mean, so far we've just built a boat, but
Well, you've counted yourself among the playthings of many of the gods of the Southlands.
Are we winning?
A pawn doesn't win.
I don't like that. I'm no one's pawn.
We all have our part to play.
Not denying it. I just was expecting. I mean, on a chessboard, you have the pawns, you have the rooks. Kind of was expecting a better piece.
Did you want to be a bishop?
I mean, will I live?
What's more important to you, living or having an exciting story? Having a story worth remembering.
I mean, is it too much to ask for both?
She walks over to one of the shelves and picks out a book. And
Sorry, I just looked at all the subs that just came in. We're
we're gonna have a lot of animal noises in a second here.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
No, you're good. She pulls out a book and she puts it on a table that just like she puts the book down and a table forms around where she just lays it, and she just starts perusing the pages. She goes, here. This was my favorite part in the story so far. And do you go over to read the passage?
Oh, absolutely.
The passage says, And through the dark machinations of the hunter in the darkness, the familiar foe of the familiar foe the familiar foe of Zat returns, only to be felled by the chosen. And when he clings to the boat, dark words are spoken by the newest recruit, a power growing in him, shown only to those paying attention. And then you see little scribbles on top of that passage, and it's very much a note like in a textbook, and it says, "This might be mine."
You have terrible handwriting, just saying, for someone who writes so much. Is that you? Was that you?
Wow.
I've written every story in the Southlands. Pardon me for my hands hurting.
Oh, no worries. Actually, I have some. And then he kind of like rummages. I know the exact thing. I feel. And he kind of pulls out like this little tiny concoction that smells like herbs and stuff. Suits my feathers right up. Just.
Roll me a medicine check.
Oh. Whoops.
Oh.
I forgot to jump into the actual. Like I forgot to hit the launch. There we go. Okay.
Oh, man.
Then yep, and this come on, character sheet. I trust you. I believe. I believe. No, I'm kidding. I can't fly. All right, so medicine check. Where's? Oh, it's in the. Okay, I was in the spells section. I need a core, and then medicine. Come on, baby. Ooh, what did I get? Wait, that was a con.
That's
Wait,
a 23.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
I was scrolled up, and it was scrolled up, so I didn't see. I'm like, yeah, 23. Okay, cool.
You put this ointment on Wajit's hand, and you can see that the hands tremble and shake. And you put the ointment on, and then they're still. And she looks at you and smiles.
This is a family concoction, something my mom used to put it on me when I was younger. I loved writing. I've been writing for all my life, and I can't imagine how much worse yours must be. So, I got you. And then he kind of puts he doesn't put the bottle back into his pocket. He kind of just leaves it on her desk.
You see, she looks at it, and then in that book, she goes back a little bit, and she starts to read the chapter where you learn to make that concoction. And you can see she puts a note and a bookmark in it. You are full of useful information.
You kind of pick things up here and there when you travel around.
I have to be honest. After I write, I only ever peruse the books. But you might be worth a deep read.
Oh, he kind of started blushing a little. He's like, oh, no. Oh, come on. Can't stop it.
Well, let me ask you this. What's most important to you in this moment? Saving your friends or saving the Southlands?
That are we talking hypotheticals here?
No.
Or
your friend just removed a very prominent piece from the board. This will incur immediate retaliation. But that sacrifice might be worth it in the long run because everyone has taken their eyes off the most important piece in the game.
which is
She flips over to your book and you see a picture of the doppelganger and the changeling.
oh. Okay. And he's trying to remember where we last left them.
They're on the ship still.
Uh-huh. Well, hopefully there's... At least they forgot about him. That's good. So what do you want from me exactly?
I need you to get those two. I need you to get those two to their destination. I need you to get them to Gafir. They'll take care of the rest.
Okay. He's trying to remember. I just want to remember, make sure. Gafir was the one that walked into the fire, right? And he goes, didn't he die? Like, you want me to take them to the afterlife, or is he still alive?
Gafir is neither alive nor dead. Gafir has changed.
Okay.
Gafir has accepted their role and has done so in a way that no one has in centuries.
First of all, just want to apologize. I forgot that Gafir is they them, so I'll take that back in the past. But I just wanted to put it out there. I apologize.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Of
Peter.
course. Yeah. But so all right. So quest to take the two changelings, the changeling and the doppelganger to Gafir. But how can we not do this? Is this the path that would also save them, or is this the path that would...
Your friends are
Indeed.
weak and weary from their combat, and as we speak, the hunter in the dark sends his wolves. Now you can go and assist them, but then the hunter will have easy access to his prey, which is the doppelganger and the changeling. Asan and Eowyn.
And you want me to decide between them?
Yes. I want to know what you think makes a better story.
Well, that's actually fairly easy to tell you. The story to tell is how a bunch of heroes were able to overcome any adversary and still manage to save the day. Wouldn't that always be the more interesting story rather than taking the most easiest path?
I suppose you're right. Is this your choice?
Well, if I had the choice, my choice would be growing old and sitting in front of my grandson's crib or granddaughter's crib, or whoever it may be, and speaking the stories that I've experienced in my entire life. So whatever path that would lead to, well, with my friends around me, of course, to corroborate, because half the time these youngins don't believe these stories that you tell them, thinking they're all fantasies.
Well, in that case, best of luck to you, Shani. I hope that you get the ending that you deserve.
Oh, thank you. Can I have the bath now?
And before you can even finish, you get caught up in a gust of wind with sand in it, and you're standing in front of Ufu, Zat and Moonshine, and Phaedra, they're just kind of going through a treasure chest, and then you pop up and you see a very dead Minotaur on the ground.
Hello.
Ah,
I think
Shawnee. Hi, where did you go?
There was a bat. Smelled like catnip. Then there was a cat.
Oh, you visited the goddess. Have you never met the goddess before?
Well, not direct. No, I mean.
Have you met a goddess or a god or any kind of being, supreme or other kind?
Question. Actually, I haven't even thought about that. I feel like just based on his own personal upbringing, he probably has had some sort of a connection with the Allfather, just because that's what the Ravenfolk believe in. but I don't think he's ever had the opportunity to actually, because he kind of left his home at a young age and kind of became a bard, which is not really what his family wanted him to be. They kind of wanted him to be a priest, like the rest of them. So yeah, so he's just like, no. I mean, the whispers here and there once in a while, occasionally, it's kind of weird and creepy. So I kind of just ignore those.
Oh,
so
like the Allfather whispers?
Yeah, he kind of just tends to do that.
Yeah.
Just like a weird, like half the time you can't even understand. I'm like, yo, just gargle or something. Like, fix that.
Not give you the Raven folk equivalent of catnip, or like the Raven folk equivalent of sparkle milk baths.
Not so much.
Is that not?
No.
Oh, that might. Oh. If you have her number now, you can probably always ask her for something. That's what I usually do. I
did want a bath, and kind of they sent me here, so that kind of should have probably taken that bath first.
I have a question.
Yes.
Ufu like spins a new staff and like points right at you because that's what Ufu does and says, "What did she have to say?"
So, we are in danger. The world is in danger. And if we do not want to have either of those happen, we should probably get going from here very quickly and save those two guests on our ship. Because they about to go bad.
And this is when you hear Phaedra go, "And B, I am so sorry for this. I don't want to be a bother, but there are wolves outside of this hedge that's mine now, and they're being extraordinarily rude." And
that was great. That's a good B.
That was a pretty good B.
Phaedra.
That was
a
great
really
Phaedra.
good Phaedra.
To clip that.
Send it to me.
And you can see the vines that just had life restored to them are starting to go black again. And Phaedra goes, "I don't like this." And you can see that the blackness is actually starting to corrupt on their face as well. And then there's buckling, and Phaedra just goes, "I think I'm gonna have a nap."
Okay. Okay.
Did Phaedra get the heart?
Yeah, the heart. Oh, yeah. Like while you all were still talking, there was just digging.
Did Phaedra manage to get the heart? Like it's in their hand?
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab the heart from Phaedra and I'm gonna be like, "Okay, so now we got to make something for the people, but we have a choice to make. Oh God, I don't know if we can do all this stuff at the same time."
Well,
I could go distract the wolves.
How safe is Phaedra here? I mean, this is Phaedra's maze now, right? Or
right.
labyrinth, yeah.
Right. So they can't get in. So what they're doing is they are corrupting and poisoning the hedge. If someone were to lead the wolves away, then the hedge would be safe again.
Hey, Mr. Wolves, I say really loud. You can't poison our friend.
I'm gonna if someone wants to act as a distraction for the wolves while I work on this potion for the townsfolk.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Zat pulls out his sword. Do you want to, Shani? Do you want to team up with Zat?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I have a new staff. Ufu says, "I'll come too."
Yay! Party.
Okay, it's relatively safe in here. So if we leave Moonshine, it's relatively going to be okay.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Okay. Oh,
but a key thing to remember is, Wajit did say that the wolves are coming after you, but the hunter is coming after the doppelganger and shapeshifter.
Yeah, so I do mention that. So like as we were like running out trying to lead the wolves away, if possible, we may need to lead the wolves away, but also start heading towards the ship because the big bad scary wolf guy definitely is going after the little poor the poor little changelings and doppelgangers, and apparently the entirety of Southland depends on them getting to Gafir.
Moonshine is going to pull out 3 coins from the spell storing items that she has. She's going to flip one to each of them.
Oh.
This will make you get somewhere real fast. And they have
Oh.
expeditious retreat on them.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. So is that okay? Okay, guys, here's the plan. Shani, you and I, or all the three of us will go out there, distract the wolves, and then we'll break off and go two different directions. Shani and I will go to the changeling. Ufu, you're better with the staff, and you're way quicker in the sand than I am. Would you feel comfortable leading the wolves further away than doubling back to the ship?
Am I the bait?
We're all the bait at first, and then eventually you'll be the bait.
I feel like if Ufu is able to run the fastest, maybe Ufu should be the one going to the ship first.
Well, Shani, you're the one who knows what the reason and all the stuff from the goddess. I feel like we want to have you there.
Yeah. Okay. Ufu's gonna use their last. Okay. No. I'm good. Okay, I used one. I'm gonna use a cure wounds on myself because I took a hard beating.
Oh yeah. Oh, do you need a song of restore or help?
Okay, I got. Actually, don't you have something special from? Who has the special? Zat has the heal of the party.
I do have a level 6 heal, which I don't actually know what that means. I have one use of level 6 heal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a party heal thing, or is that
one person gets 60 hit points.
Okay. Who needs it
many?
the absolute most? I'm guessing Moonshine, but
Moonshine's 21. On a scale of 1 to 82, she's at about a 21.
Yeah. Okay.
That would put right up there.
So the Moonshine needs it?
Yeah, I would do Moonshine.
Okay, then.
Moonshine, and then.
So Zat. Oh, go ahead.
No,
you know what? I'm okay. Someone else can take that. I've got things that I can use to heal myself. I've got a whole bunch of potions in this backpack that are restorative reagents.
Ufu needs some heal.
Yeah. Gimme.
Okay.
That'll at least bring me back up to my full total, so I can take a beating from these wolves, just in case things get bad.
Okay. Ufu, I want to try something real quick.
Healing.
And Zat just kind of puts his hands up to Ufu, and just goes magic. I don't know if it works. I don't know how to roll something I don't have.
Oh, so with heal, it's just you get the 60.
Oh, awesome! Oh,
Great,
awesome!
perfect.
There you go.
But
So Zat just yells
I
magic
do
at
want to
him.
know. I do want to know, what does this look like, Zat?
So Zat's like, Ufu, just hold still for 1 second. Walks up and hands out, retracts the claws so it's not fearful. Like just retracts Zat's little claws, and just shows the little toe beans, and yells magic. And then the toe beans kind of light up and glow.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
And it surrounds Ufu in this sparkly like glitter.
Sparkling Toby.
But like the sparkles, as they don't look like little diamonds, they look like little cat ears on each of the top of the sparkles. And that's just what it looks like.
That's
It's
adorable.
This is like peak.
I'm gonna
cute.
have glitter in my quills for a while.
I feel very weird right now.
Me too.
I don't think Zat's ever used magic.
Nope.
I don't
this
think
point in
Ufu's
life.
ever been quite as uncomfortable.
And as you
Ooh,
cast the
sparkly.
spell, the knowledge of how to cast it goes from your mind, and you immediately forget how you
So it's
did
like, it's like the great thing is, I think I can do this all the time. Oh, wait, no, I might forgot. No, it's gone.
that.
Well,
mean-
I feel right as rain.
That was good use. You got
Do we
that
know-
down.
Do we know how many wolves are out there?
I don't know, but I feel like I also have one use of polymorph DC 15.
Hey,
I don't know what that means.
That might be super duper helpful for our dear Wolfie friend.
Oh yeah, it does feel pretty penultimate here.
DM's gonna just kind of step outside the screen. You might want to save that for the BBEG, which is the hunter.
That's what I
Okay.
figured.
That's what I mean.
That's
Yeah,
what I figured,
yeah. Ufu says that. I forgot that's what we called him. The hunter.
Okay.
You can
So
make it like a bug or something. Just don't
Okay.
squish him.
there are 3 shadow wolves.
We gotta go.
at the gate.
Ugh. Okay.
Zat immediately jumps as high as he can on top of the. Well, I guess one of the hedge mazes. Which direction are they? Are they close enough that we could just run?
I'm gonna say, with Phage, you're basically giving the instruction to the hedge to consider you allies. It opens up for you, and it's very easy to navigate.
Okay.
So as you start to walk, the hedges themselves start to open up to you,
Hey.
so that you don't have to get lost.
So I have a bad idea. As we're
Yeah.
like running for the exit, I imagine. I go, don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Behind to Moonshine.
I'll catch up to you.
Okay. And then Oof was like, what if y'all they don't even see you?
Oh, I mean, that'd be smart.
Like, what do you mean? Like, if it's dark?
But how would?
No. What if you wait until I start running?
Oh,
Distract
stealth.
them.
Oh, stealth. I like that. That's something that a rouge is supposed to be good at.
A rouge?
Yes.
Rouge.
I've met one of those before.
I mean, I kind of got trained under one for a little bit, just to be a little bit more. I used to be, you know, the noises I make kind of tend to attract attention, so I can totally like just be a bit more sneaky if I can.
So you just,
Johnny, let's sneak
just
off
wait
together
right
then. Ufu, yeah, absolutely. And we stop.
And you see, I mean, suddenly all Johnny really does is take out finally some rags that he has on it and like tie it around his instruments so they don't make noise. Literally all it is.
Zat puts on a mustache.
I hate this group so much.
Ufu goes, okay, 1, 2, and jumps out of the hedge maid to, I guess, whatever direction these wolves are supposed to be at. And do I see them?
Oh, yeah. So you're jumping over them?
No, I just jump out and hey!
Oh yeah, they're right at the gate. So if you jump out the gate, or like if you jump out the maze, they're just gonna start trying to bite at you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, then can I use this swanky new staff to vault pole over them?
As soon as you roll initiative.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are these guys?
22.
All right. Let's see what we're looking. Oh, there's your character.
Okay,
sheet.
how much faster does this make me, Anita? This coin?
Expeditious Retreat just allows you to use the dash as a bonus action at the end of your turns.
Okay.
So you can do that without spending like points for Step of the Wind or anything like that.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Like
So, what did you roll for initiative? 22?
22.
You go first.
Okay. There are 3 of them?
Mm-hmm.
What if I just hit 1 each? What if I just walk through and I'm like, bap, bap, bap. Like, hey, over here. So remind me again, this new staff, does it have anything special I should be considering?
Ooh, let me go back to your goodies, because y'all got goodies.
We did get some goodies.
You got some goodies.
I haven't actually used this staff yet.
We got goodies, and then I got berated for about 20 minutes by my Identify spell.
Such an abusive relationship.
It's a toxic relationship with that spell.
Toxic.
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like that. I feel like that Identify spell is just doing its best.
I think that Pearl needs to go back in a clam and simmer for a while. It was not done.
The Identify spell is like channeling all the energy from anyone who's ever worked at a call center, like in customer service.
Really
like what all of the hatred that is, because I worked at so many. I feel that I do acknowledge it is a toxic relationship.
All right, so your staff. Goodness, I had it here. Staff of the First Labyrinth. So it gives you a +2 to attack and damage.
What? Okay, let me just. I'm gonna edit this real quick to give it damage
+2. And don't forget, when you hit a creature with the staff, you can choose to banish it to an extra dimensional labyrinth, unless it makes a DC 17 Wisdom save. And you can only do this once per day.
And okay, so it's not every time okay, that makes sense. I can do one of them. Okay, so I'm going to. Oh boy.
Staff.
Okay, this is gonna be nuts. Okay, I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows, so I'll get 4 attacks.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, I should. 1 attack, 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Second attack, a 26.
That'll hit.
Next one is a 21.
That's gonna hit.
Oh my god. Okay, am I really rolling the same thing each time on the damage? I guess I am. Okay,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to use the fourth attack to target, I don't know, one of them and try to banish it.
Okie dokie.
I go, get out of here! Yeah, okay. So one of them will take 15 points of damage. Correct. One of them will take 8, and another will take another 8. And really, I'm just trying to be like, hey! Notice me, stupid furry critters!
Okay, so let me math real quick. Okay. And are you banishing one?
Yeah, I would like to banish the last one. I don't know, the third
Okay.
in line.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. Yeet. So it's kind of funny. You see this tiny little hedgehog bonk. Like these aren't regular wolves. These are like shadow wolves, and it gets bonked on its shadowy head, and it's just cool.
It worked! It worked! And then Ufu like turns and realizes this is the part where I'm supposed to start running, but it's not my turn, so.
Do the shadow
Shiny like just like thumbs up?
to know?
No, so you
like,
just
how
did an attack
fucked up
action
that
and a
was?
bonus action. You can still run. You still have your movement.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess I'm getting an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah, you will get 2 attack of opportunities on you though.
Well, it never hurts to try. It never hurts to try. Yeah, Ufu turns and is going to take their full 45 feet. But let me see. Yeah, okay. Okay, they're gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. 21.
That'll hit. That one does not hit.
All right. And I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Yeesh. Oh, not one.
So
That
you are
one.
actually knocked prone.
Ah!
You can get up, but that means you can only run half your movement speed now.
Oh, interesting. That's okay. My goal is to just draw them away, right? So
Gotcha.
yeah, go ahead. So how much damage?
That's going to be
11. Okay, that's not too bad. Or be knocked prone. Yeah, I go and I imagine both of you see Ufu take a little bit of a nosedive into the sand and like tumble a little bit, and get up, and then I guess I'll take half of that. So, the 45 comes to like 22-ish, 23 feet. But yeah, 20 feet.
I'll just give you the 25. All right. So, let's go ahead and have Shani and Zach go ahead and roll the initiative.
Okay.
Get in on this. And Moonshine, what was your part of the plan? What were you doing?
I am working on that potion for the villagers.
That's right. Alrighty. So that is a 9. 16. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Wolves. Ufu, you had that 22. This is the second time you've rolled a 22 for your initiative. You gotta stop rolling that high. Let's see.
Would you like me to also roll initiative?
Actually, yeah.
Appropriately a 5.
5. And my wolves got a 13. All right, so now it's my wolves' turn. They are going to continue going after you, Ufu.
Okay.
And here we go. 22
Dang.
for the first bite.
And now I need to quit rolling 22.
13 for the
No.
second one.
Sucker. Okay, I need to roll a strength. right?
Yes, you did.
8.
So you are knocked prone again. So that second attack would actually be at advantage, but it's still a 13. So it doesn't
Oh, that's
hit.
true. A double threat. Yeah. Okay.
And the second wolf is going to do his 2 bites now. And this is at advantage, so it's 24.
Oh, it is. That's right, because I'm prone.
And 19.
19 will hit. The 7 will not. I'm checking to see.
The 7 is actually 24.
Oh, right. Yeah, duh. So yes and yes.
All right. So this round you've taken. Get my jump a second here. And then one more.
Wolf. So
Alrighty.
26, making it 30. 35.
35. Mm-hmm.
This is getting bad, y'all. 30. Okay.
Oh my gosh, where are you at health wise? If you want to share.
It's not looking great.
Ooh.
These wolves, look, this is the hunter's like main pets.
I can't see. I can't get on my feet. They wouldn't be able to get to. I can't get on my feet.
It's the prone that's getting you.
Yeah.
Zat turns to Shani and is like, Shani, I think can you help?
I mean, is it my turn yet?
So now that was the first round where it was just those two. So we're gonna start on the top of the round with Ufu. It is your turn again.
Okay, great. Well, I guess I'm gonna get up. And because I can. Oh yeah. Okay. Ufu gets up and will spend a key point to take Step of the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
Which will allow me to take disengage or dash action as a bonus action on my turn, and jump distance is doubled for that turn. So we'll just do that.
So you're gonna disengage?
I'm gonna try.
Awesome. So now they can't get their attack of opportunity.
Yep, exactly. So I disengage.
Nice.
And then
that expeditious retreat.
And then I think actually instead of taking. I'm going to use my entire turn to run, which is 90 feet. No,
absolutely.
Yeah. So I disengage for free, and I'll use my entire turn to dash, basically.
Step of the Wind. So you're disengaging as a bonus action, but you are then using your movement and your action to dash.
Correct.
So you just.
Yeah. So I get up, and I was like, "Ow, that hurt!" And I blow raspberry at them to keep it, but I'm at least 90 feet away now.
Yep. And you are gone. And you could tell that they're getting ready to give chase after you. And that brings us to Zat's turn.
At this point, they are starting to go.
They're getting ready to go.
They're getting ready to go.
Ufu just dipped, and you can see that they're on their haunches ready to try and catch their prey.
Zat's keeping an eye out and just kind of looks over at Shani and goes, kind of points to the opposite direction where the ship is. Let's go off that way. Is there a stealth, a sneaky way behind them, or should we just wait for them to go? I know we're in a rush.
I'm gonna say you guys can start to run, and then we'll roll to see if they continue chasing Ufu or if they split and some of them chase you.
Okay. Shani.
Yeah.
If they start chasing both of us. Both groups. Mm-hmm. Let's split off. I'll head back to the ship because I have the big sword.
That sounds well. I do have a plan, though. Let's see. I'll see if I can make it work. I don't know if this will work, but we'll see how it works. But if that's the case, sounds like a plan.
What's your plan?
Is it my turn yet?
It's my turn. It's our turn, right? Or is it?
You know what? I'll give you both joint turns.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then he goes, well, let's see if this works. And then he turns, and so there's a Ravenfolk have an inherent thing called mimicry. So where we can mimic any sound that they've heard.
Cool.
So I just need to do a charisma/deception check against the passive wisdom of the listener. I'm going to go and see, because I've heard how they sound like. I'm gonna try sounding like the hunter.
It's like wearing a mustache in your mouth.
Kind of feels like it. And he goes, chase her, but don't hurt her. I want her alive. And pretend like I got possessed by the hunter.
Okay, no, I'm here for it.
Oh, chase him. Sorry, Dot. Him. Chase him.
You're good.
Go ahead and let's see. You have to make a charisma.
Charisma
I think
slash
that's
deception.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Yeah. I like my deception. I can do deceptions all day. That is a 15.
And they're passive.
Against their, let's see, what was it?
It's against their passive, right?
Yeah, passive wisdom or insight.
Which is 11. They immediately bolt after Ufu.
You know!
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that's so much better than my idea. I was gonna
bad that worked.
I literally think Zat was going to, if all else fails, put on a mustache and try to roll high enough to be like, I was that wolf that got away. This is a way better plan. Like, let's get her or him.
So for the sake of everything, these wolves move at 40 feet. There is no way that they can catch Ufu. It's literally impossible. Even they can't use a bonus action to dash like Ufu can. So Ufu, you can essentially lead them on a wild goose chase.
And now they're compelled to because they think the wolf guy tells them to do so.
I was trying to think if there was anything that I can do once we get them there, but no, I think I will lead them on a wild goose chase out until the middle of nowhere. Like a mile outside the city. Like I'm just gonna run, lead a mile outside the city, and then just when they lose sight of me, like over a dune, I'm gonna Scrooge McDuck dive into the sand and burrow my way back to the city so they can't see me.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to roll. I'm gonna roll to see if they're able to still find you with their keen smelling and hearing. They get advantage on hunting. That said, I still don't see them.
Haha.
Nope.
Oh.
One of you know what? Actually, I'm gonna give you this. Go ahead and roll me a stealth. Roll me stealth at advantage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense if I'm diving into them. Okay, that's
Ooh!
a 21 and a 17. So yeah, 21.
Okay. So I know how
I
this
should have
plays out
given
now.
her some bardic inspiration before you left. Damn it.
All right. So now we're gonna go to Moonshine. Moonshine, you've got this scroll that has the recipe for making this potion that will cure some of the sick in town. This is going to be a intelligence challenge. Okay, so we're gonna see how many rolls you're going to need to make. You've got to make 3 rolls, right?
Mhm.
Your first DC is a DC 15 intelligence check.
Would my proficiency with alchemist supplies
Yes, it will.
give me my proficiency bonus to this then?
Oh, wait, alchemy? No. This is medicine.
Well, part of my actual the type of artificer that I am is a potion maker.
Okay.
Let me just look at where are you at? Yeah, my specialist is alchemist, which means that I can make experimental elixirs and that sort of thing.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. Thank you. So intelligence proficiency is +3. So whatever this is, +3. Boop. 23.
Jesus Christ. All right. Next one is DC 18.
Okay. Let me just look real quick. Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna get tight pretty quick. That
19.
So that is +3. So that is a failure, but I have one last flash of genius, which gives me.
Wait, how is that a
+5.
failure? The DC was 18.
Oh, the DC was 18? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Crap. Yeah, 18. Sorry. So yeah, it was a 22 total.
And the last one is DC 11.
With a proficiency, that makes it barely.
Okay. So you are able to make this and at only slightly a cost. There's only a slight mishap. Tell me what this mishap is.
I think because of how messily Phaedra took out the heart, it might have like been slightly damaged in the process, and it's not in the best shape. So Moonshine kind of had to like stitch it together a little bit and like hope that like the ingredients are like set up just so. But I think also at one point, Moonshine just so nervous hearing wolves howling outside, wondering if her friends are okay, and seeing this darkness spread through Phaedra, just her hand slips and like maybe a little bit too much of something goes into the potion.
Is this enough for this? Is this enough for the potion to have a side effect?
I would say yes, this is enough for the potion to have a slight side effect.
What is the side effect that your potion has?
I think this potion will cure them of the Minotaur's rage sickness, but it might adapt a little bit of Minotaur traits into the people.
Okay. So
they become more fashionable.
They become a little bit more fashionable, for starters.
Yay!
A little more particular.
Maybe a couple generations down the line, you might have some people growing Minotaur horns.
Aww.
Or like a little bit extra fur. Or like they just have really good senses of direction.
This doesn't sound like a bad side effect at all.
Evolution.
It's kind of like a were-Minotaur syndrome.
So with that, you give a little bit to Phaedra, and the corruption starts to. Oh wait, no, sorry. Forget that. In fact, now that the wolves are gone, you see Phaedra's the veins starting to clear up, and the blackness is gone. Phaedra is fine, but still very now pleasantly unconscious. You can hear some light snoring.
Oh, I gotta get you back to the boat. How am I gonna get you back to the boat?
Modern problems require modern solutions.
I am almost out of spell slots. Let's find this out.
Oh
Cat
no!
like flies down in an Iron Man suit, like, "Hey, I'm from the future. Let's go." That doesn't happen at all. That's not kayfabe.
I have an idea.
That's not kayfabe. What's your idea? I want to know, how is this tiny ravenfolk gonna get
This massive Minotaur.
Massive Minotaur.
Moonshine is gonna go around and try to find pieces for like co-op. There's the treasure chest. She's gonna take like a couple of the slats of wood from the treasure chest. She's gonna start piecing it together to make a sort of sledge, and is going to start casting the grease spell to lubricate it so that she can start dragging Phaedra through the desert.
I hate you. I hate you. I
So
hate
choice.
you.
You don't get the name The Magnificent at the end of your name unless you are that.
Okay,
Or-
this is going to be a DC 7 strength check because you have the assistance of Grease.
I am not very strong.
Well,
Come on, you can do this.
You got this.
That's a 15 though with a
Yeah!
-1.
Woo!
so you're going to be the last to make it to town, but you're going to be able to bring. You're going
I
to be
sort of
able
like
to.
have like little potion bottles on top of Phaedra.
So with that, let's get to the first ones that make it back to town, and that's going to be Shani and Zat. You look and you can see that where there used to be archers that were watching towards the hedge, now you see a bunch of those guards dead with black arrows in their chests.
Oh.
And
Oh.
in the distance, you see the hunter, which is a centaur with massive elk horns, a hood over their head, a giant bow with pitch black fur, and silver hooves.
And are they on the ship, or do we see the?
You can see that they're heading in the direction of the dock.
Okay, so they haven't made
Oh.
it to the ship yet.
Mhm.
Oh, that's them. That's definitely them.
That is definitely them. Let's get
That's
to the
them.
boat. Let's get to
Yep.
the
Boat.
boat. Just bolt to the boat.
Can we actually wait? The expeditious retreat, even though it says it's expeditiously to
Can we
retreat.
moonwalk? Like if we turn around and moonwalk?
I just like go fast.
It's just
We have some
called
leftover grease.
expeditious retreat. You can actually use it to advance.
So we're gonna moonwalk. Got it.
So are you trying to make it past the centaur without being noticed?
I would assume we're trying to just make it to the ship without being as
Yeah,
as
then
quickly as
grabbing
possible.
them and kind of just yeet.
Because
Yeah,
if you're running past the centaur, that's going to be a initiative.
Oh, so they're
Yeah,
in
we're
between
not-
us and the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I thought they were like on the other side. Okay.
Yeah. The dock is this way. The centaur is this way, heading towards the dock, and you guys are behind the centaur.
Can I give Shawnee one of my mustaches, and we
Yes.
just kind of roll for deception or something on the way
Oh
back?
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
we gotta go over. We're boat inspectors. Boat inspectors. Like, I mean, anything's possible these days.
Sure.
Okay, then we use exposition retreat to try to zoom past. But before that, Zat does take one of the mustaches from his mustache bag. Thieves' cant is what it's called, I think.
Yes.
Or takes one and just hands it over to Shawnee.
He puts it on his beak. And can it be pink? It's a pink mustache.
It's pink, absolutely. It's whatever you want.
It's a pink mustache.
Done. Okay, let's go.
I have. Oh, hey, I actually have a mustache. Just consider this actually a pink one. Yeah, there we go.
So you're both running past the hunter.
And like, okay, can I roll deception?
I would love for you
Okay.
to roll deception.
Come on, baby.
You are
Uh,
rolling at a disadvantage
Actually,
because
Oh,
Ooh,
come
ooh.
on. Oh wait, before I go, I'm like I would like to do bardic inspiration.
Oh, and you're also not safe because I have an argument here that this actually, since we are pretending to be someone, this might be performance less than deception. Because we
Oh.
are trying to perform.
Or persuade. I am trying to persuade them. So
Maybe you're trying to persuade and I'm trying to perform.
they know who they're looking for. They have
We are-
seen you before.
So I'm definitely trying
But
to persuade them.
But we're
That I'm
moving
not what they
faster than
think I am.
normal.
This is a deception.
Damn it. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine. Add it. But before I do
I would
thump
like to
my
roll for
drums,
vigorous.
which have been covered, by the way. So that it's a little muffled, but it's still inspiring. Something about it is inspiring. And I would like to give bardic inspiration to Zat.
Okay.
Because I feel like I can do better at deception than he can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That tends to say exactly what
That's
he
because
should.
you weren't here for season 1. You don't know.
Okay,
Uh,
so let's see these deception rolls, please.
Okay.
Deal.
And you're rolling
Yeah!
at disadvantage. Yeah,
Wow.
Wait, that is at a disadvantage.
that is a 1.
No.
Zat, it's your turn. Yeah, that seems about right.
You have bardic inspiration.
Oh,
It doesn't matter with the
It's
natural.
still a
then that
What?
means I roll. Then that means I roll performance, right? There it goes.
Yeah, I can roll performance. I can do that or persuade them. Look at that. Hey, look at that.
We should
No?
have just swam. Why did we swim?
So you walk by, and please tell me, like, as the hunter looks looks at you.
Don't
What
mind
did
us,
he
just
say?
doing it. We're definitely reverse moonwalking by them really quickly and just going,
Yeah.
don't mind us. We're just totally just inspectors, just inspecting the boat. Boat inspectors. Bye. Yeet.
Yeah, we're just. Yeah, what he said.
You have to be kidding.
I can't hear you. We're very far away now because we're getting very far away from you. I want to specify that.
Look at the mustache. Pink mustache. Inspector mustache. Bye.
You do see a spell being cast.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, I don't even look at. I can't. I'm sorry.
You have to. Noir, you can't give up on us now.
I've never seen anything like this before. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the right spell. I'm losing it here. All right.
Listen, if you're so effed up like this, how do you think a bunch come on, you're so practically an embodiment of the gods.
The White Dust Inspector Mustache is the line that killed me.
We're the Inspector Mustache Brothers.
Like, you don't understand how evil this thing looks in my head.
Oh no!
I'm imagining a bird with a fucking mustache.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
Reverse skiing.
We broke
really.
Noir.
Okay.
We're just
Yeah.
So as you continue to walk, you know.
Oh no, we're moonwalking.
As you
Correct.
continue
Please,
to move,
please.
well, it works even better because you can watch as your shadow gets up.
My shadow?
Yes, it's your shadow, Shoddy. Your shadow's gonna get up and it's going to attack you.
The world would know of this betrayal. You're my shadow.
So, wait, we're in a town, right?
Yeah. Yes, you are.
And this is the scariest being in existence, right?
Yeah, you can kind of notice that either people are on the street dead or they're hiding.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
So a 24 to hit, Shoddy.
That definitely hits.
Shadow
Wow.
Rushers. So shiny.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that is an interesting bunch of
yeah.
gibberish that just popped up.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to see what the spell does, and then it just went.
It seems
Okay,
fast.
so I take 7 psychic damage. Is that what that is?
Yes, and I need you to make me a saving throw, please.
Which saving throw?
Intelligence saving throw.
Shine is not very intelligent.
No.
You have to beat a DC 19, please.
No.
All right, so
I already took 7 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that brings me to an 80.
Mm-hmm. So what this looks like, and Zach, you see this very clearly as you're running this scam, Shani, where Shani's shadow crawls out from the ground and stands up and just takes his claws and digs into Shani's chest. And you see Shani's eyes roll to the back of his head as he is incapacitated.
What? Wait, what?
Wow.
Is this a charm?
This is not a charm.
Never mind. Okay.
You are simply incapacitated until the start of your next turn. So with that, we're going to roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. We just wanted furniture for our boat. That's all we wanted, y'all.
That is actually how this started, yeah.
Do I also roll initiative? Or?
Yeah, you
Yes!
you still roll your initiative. You still roll your initiative.
Feel good. Doom.
Boom. Bam.
And I'm going to say I'm going to say that Ufu is going to appear. No. Okay, round 2 is when Ufu appears.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And that means that we add 2 to whatever we roll here. Moonshine is going to show round 6.
Okay. Just for my knowledge, since I'm having to run all the way back, would I have time to cast a Cure Wounds on myself?
It will cost you 1 round.
Okay, so I'll have to wait until I get there to do it.
You can do it. You would just show up in round 3 instead of round 2 now.
That might be worth it, honestly. This is a pretty big bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some. Yeah. Okay.
I think Zach can hold
I'll
it.
do that. So I'll be coming in round 3.
Right. And remember, the solution might not be to beat this person, but to get to the ship and run.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, we have to claim our bed first.
I'll say that while you all were gone, Isan and Eowyn took care of making sure that the ship was furnished. You all already picked your stuff and it's already in the boat. But with that,
quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question.
What's up?
Is mimicry is this a cantrip? Is that just an inherent thing, right?
Just
That's
an
a cantrip.
inherent
It's a
thing.
racial
It's like
equality.
it's a racial clause. So it's kind of like I can use that as frequently as possible, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't like how you asked that question.
Because I mean, it's too late now. Maybe
Okay.
later.
So, actually, Shani, you go first, but you are incapacitated until the end of your next turn. So, this turn ends with you being unable to do anything. But now you're back.
Okay.
And that's gonna bring us to Zat. Zat, it is now your turn.
Zat upon. Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you just see at the end of this, like his eyes come back forward, right? Like I at the end of this turn, I'm back. So next turn, I'll be able to go. Correct.
Mhm.
Okay, so like you just see him like doing like goes, I've known you my entire life. How could you do this to me?
Shadow's just like, and it's still there. And it still like has these shadow claws.
Okay.
Zat is very freaked out right now. A lot. He hasn't seen this many bodies since probably when he was banished.
Yeah.
So this is just horrifying, and this I like you the way you've described this beast or this thing is horrific. So Zat is furs up a little bit, holds out his paw, and the beans light up. Zat says, "Be nice," and a paw-shaped beam shoots directly at the guy. I would like to use my polymorph spell.
All right, this one is for all the shebang.
Oh my god.
I've got to beat 15. The Shadow Stag gets +9 to Wisdom, so we're gonna see what happens here.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Yes!
Oh! Oh! Yes! 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 Yes!
You see, okay, so I am shaking. I'm shaking right now. So the pink paw laser beam that shot out of Zat's hand goes into the center of the creature, like roughly where a heart would be on a normal humanoid, and it starts to light up and turn this monster into the shape of the only thing Zat could think of at the moment, and that's Zat. Just
all he could think of
a
was
copy
himself.
of himself with like an evil. I was saying like I want to give him like okay, so I'm kind of imagining is what Zat. I was trying to think of what it would be, and it's Zat, but like in like a Puss in Boots gear, but like it's black and like leather. For
Wow.
1 hour. For 1 hour, he's stuck like this. And he has the evil goatee. That's what he has. He has so he can tell us apart. Evil goatee.
I like to think like the model pattern is like reverse.
He's like,
Yes.
And there's a
the
mustache.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
goatee.
The Negazat.
You really can't do that with polymorph, but I'm gonna let that slide. So now there is like a BDSM Zach.
Like a
Yeah,
good Zat.
there are chaps involved, I will say.
Well, at least it's not all about the abs this time.
I hate this game
It's
so
the legs
much.
this time.
And is
Legs
there
for days.
anything else you want
Thighs
to do
for
on
days.
your turn?
Thick thighs save lives.
Can I grab Shawnee and run to the boat?
You only be able to move half your movement speed, and
We do have
my
still the
my
expedition.
shadow Zat will get an attack of opportunity.
Mm.
God, I guess the best option then would be what is that weak against?
I cannot believe.
Best day. Best day.
Okay. Because I don't want to. You can't kill him because that reverts him back to 100% normal. I don't want to get closer to him. Yeah. I can hurt. Can I hurt Shadow Shiny? Is this something that I would know? That would be able to?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that sounds great. Let's do that one.
But you can't attack because you've already used the spell.
That's right. I forgot how spells work. Okay. Well then, I literally don't know what I'm gonna do, so I'm not gonna do
Okay.
anything.
And so that's.
I think I've done enough. I've done enough, right? Like I've done more than enough.
Yes.
Done enough.
We've
That's
done
gonna bring
quite.
us to Shadow Zat.
You can rest now.
And Shadow Zat is first off gonna look at this new form. And with polymorph, all of his equipment melds into him, so he doesn't have his sick bow and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So he's very upset. But in this form, does have claws. So he's going to swipe at Zat.
Nice kitty.
So a 21 to hit.
Yep, it does. It's my AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your AC is 15, so it hits.
Yeah, it is.
Because I have to use your character sheet for my BBEG now. It just goes, "What have you done to me?"
I made you beautiful.
Look at those thighs.
Wow.
No, I don't know. I put my paw at you and I shot a peak laser. You were there. Ow, ow.
This is the second attack because you get 2 attacks if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And he misses on the second one.
Wow.
He's just not.
Wait, hold on. Do I get a bonus because it's animal handling?
No.
Wow.
Wow. That's the first round.
This is what you're stuck with.
That's the first round. So you've decided to heal yourself, right, Ufu?
Yes, Ufu on round
Okay,
2
so
heals
that
himself before they jump into all of this.
Yeah, so that means that you only have to survive one more round. God, I hate this. So that brings us to the top of the round with Shadi.
So, I'm still engaged with the with him,
Shadow.
right? With the
Yeah.
shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who was it that cast this? Is it there's only him, right? The
Yeah,
now
it's
cat
only
being-
him.
It's only
Yeah.
him. It's not the other hunter, right? Or is this the hunter's?
This
like,
is
I thought
the hunter is now Zat. The hunter
Now
is now
Zat,
Shadow
okay.
Zat.
So in using this to my advantage as a confusion, I turn to my shadow, and I will use mimicry again,
Mm-hmm.
and I will mimic the voice of the hunter, and say, which one looks more menacing, me or him? I'm the real one, not him. And then basically turn him against my own shadow against against him. I don't know if this is at all possible. Feel free to tell me no.
So that doesn't work because the spell is maintained via concentration, so he's actively controlling it.
Okay. That's the case. Oh. I've heard the voice of the wolf guy, right? The wolf guy is a separate. There's two entities, right? There's one who's controlling the wolves, I thought.
So this is the guy that's controlling the wolves.
This is him. This is the hunter.
I see. Okay. So in my brain, I thought there was like a werewolf-like being that is a separate, like I thought there was two beings that are interacting with each other to help.
The shadow stack controls the shadow wolves.
Okay. Can I do? Ooh.
I cannot believe you turned
my
BBEG into you.
I would like to use unsettling words.
Just like Noir did.
Unsettling what? Unsettling words.
You can spin words laced with magic that unsettle a creature and cause it to doubt itself. As a bonus action, you can expend one use of your Bardic's inspiration and choose one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. Roll the Bardic inspiration die. The creature must subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the next. Oh, with the start of your next turn. Never mind. I thought I feel.
Oh no, that'll still work. So basically, that puts a debuff on this thing. So if somebody else make a save, you subtract whatever your
right.
But your Bardic inspiration die is.
Right. So I'm trying to decide if that's what I want to do and like use that instead. But I don't know if like Zat has anything that could be used that to his advantage.
Well, Zat's not a caster, so that's not gonna help.
Exactly.
Zat.
So
Ufu's not a caster, but that would help Moonshine.
But Moonshine's not going to be there for another 5 rounds.
Okay. I think I know what to do.
Did you put expedient retreat on yourself?
Yes, we have.
Oh, you did?
I can cast it still. I have the spell slot. I don't need a coin for it.
I'll let you half the rounds if you cast it on yourself, but you have to waste the spell slot.
I know what I'm gonna do. I would like to use hypnotic pattern.
Oh my god. Okay.
So I create a twisting pattern of colors. It's a big rainbow of just like tie-dye sunshine, just blasting out. And it's just like this weird wheel, this hypnotic wheel. And when that appears, it appears for just a moment and vanishes, right? And each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated, has a speed of 0. And the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes damage or if someone else uses an action or to shake the creature out of its stupor. But there's no one else here. And that failed anyway. So
I'll say we did unsettling words. So what is your spell save DC? Your spell save DC is 16. So yeah, it's literally impossible for him to fail this, even if I rolled the 10. So yeah, he succeeds. Wow. And I just want to make sure that they had counter spell, but I can't use it because he's that now.
But either way, so wait, I did not use hypnotic pattern. Is that what you're saying?
So you did, but they were able to resist.
Gotcha.
All right.
What is the spell? Oh, so I just have to look at my spell DC. Okay, I see. Okay. Gotcha.
So that's going to bring us to.
Wait, that would be my main action. I still have movement, right? Can I move?
Absolutely.
No. Oh, then yes, I would like to move towards the ship.
All right. Please. Let's see. Did he already take an attack of opportunity? I don't think he has. So He's going to swing at you with his little cat claws.
Oh,
And
wait,
a 14, so that doesn't hit.
that does not hit.
All right, so you're able to just run by, and you're good to go.
I just hear him. You just hear Shani yell back at his shadow, going, "We're gonna have a talk after this."
Oh, the shadow does not get an attack of opportunity. Okay.
Right. It does not. So but he still yells at it, like
I
now,
like,
like
the
as if
shadow
there's a
being
sentient.
dragged behind you, like. "Arr!"
Hold on, let me check and see how that works. I have to go back to the actual. No, that's the raw character sheet. You ever just see a party break their deal? Because that's what you see count.
Yeah.
Today's a good day to mustache.
You could have that pink mustache as far as that's concerned.
All right, so yeah, that you're able to run by no problem, and that's going to bring us to. Oh goodness, did I not write that down? Oh no, it was you, and then it's I thought I wrote it down somewhere. I lost my initiative.
I think it's me, and then it's Shawnee's at, then Shadow's at, and then Big Zet. Too many Zets.
There's too many Zets.
We're all trying to find the guy who did this in the kitchen. Oh, I guess in the Southlands.
So oh no, here I have the initiative. So sorry everybody. All right, so yeah, it is you, Marcus. You're next.
Sounds good. Then Zat would like to hastily retreat to the boat as quickly as possible.
Okay. And you can dash as a bonus action because you're a rogue, and you can move it, and then you actually run past Shotty, and you are on the boat, and you see the boat it's finely decorated. It's got everything that you wanted on there. In terms of furniture, there's not like the best decorations, but it's a lot better than it was. And you see Eoin and Asan kind of come out from hiding, and they go, "Oh, it's you. We have to go."
Yeah, I know. We have to go. Does anyone know how to drive a boat? Usually Moonshine or Ufu does this, and I'm just gonna press some. I'm gonna move some things around. We gotta go. Just get down. Lots of bad stuff coming. If you see a version of me and he's wearing a really cool suit that looks awesome, that's not me. And a goatee. We gotta go. Does anyone know how to start? Does anyone know how to start up this boat? That starts pulling up an anchor. He just pulls up some rope that he sees in the back.
Hold on. Let's see. High, Asan knows how to. Low, he does not. Asan goes, "Yeah, I've done some sailing," and he begins dropping this, raising the anchor and dropping the sails and getting everything organized. And it's going to take him.
Can I just say I'm such a silly boy. I have Dimension Door.
You absolute goober. I adore you.
This is yeah. Oh, Shawnee.
I literally could have like teleported us right onto that ship.
I mean, if you did that, we wouldn't have shadows.
We would not have pink mustache moments. So
Pink mustache and shadows that I think are the best base case scenario for this action.
Like you can see like Shani like looking at some of the spells, like going through the list of spells he's trying to remember, and you just see him go, "Oh, yeah, we're not gonna." And then you just see him like about to erase it off his notepad, stop it, and he goes, "No!" Like his own philosophy prevents him from erasing stuff that he messed up on in his story. So he just was like, and then he forgot he could do Dimension Door.
So Asan is going to be able to cast off in 3 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to I'm just gonna put the newcomers at the top of the round.
Okay.
We are now in round 3. So Ufu, you show up in town and you see You see your ship starting, like you see the sails come down, and clearly someone's in your ship getting ready to go. And right in the middle of all this, you see Zat in black leather.
Evil goatee.
That's bad Zat. Bad Zat.
That's the evil Zat.
That's the
I
evil
hate that y'all automatically
Evil Katie.
know.
Is there a way I can roll to assure this is not our Zat?
I'll say roll an insight
Okay.
at advantage.
I think you know
he
because
gave
Zat
him
would
an
never wear
evil.
that.
He gave him an evil goatee. I can't not give you the advantage.
Yeah.
Zat only wears mustaches, not chin fur. You're not the real Zat.
I need to look at my spell list more. Yo.
You're not the real Zat. I don't want to. Is he gonna try to attack? Does he look like he's a volatile?
He looks furious.
What you could see though, Ufu on the boat, if you could see all the way down to the boat, it's Shawnee and Zat going, like gesturing, like over here, over here.
Do I see? Is everybody on the boat? Can I see them?
Shani and Zat are on the boat. Asan and his daughter are on the boat.
But where's Moonshine?
Moonshine is
no
probably at
moonshine.
this point coming up right behind you because if you halved it from an expeditious retreat, it would mean round 3.
Oh,
That's
then
true.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, I turn around. I see you dragging through what, a grease spell, Phaedra?
Yeah, there's like, it's kind of like this little sledge has been constructed that has unconscious Phaedra that has like grease trailing out behind it.
Okay.
There's like this line of grease coming in through town.
I'm going to say, make me a perception check, Moonshine, because
Absolutely.
I forgot you were that close. Jeez, it's adorable.
Quick question: Is
Yeah.
he considered a monster? This creature.
Whoa.
He is not.
This is not very good. This is only an 11, even with advantage.
I mean, yeah, you don't see it. You don't see anything. All right. So,
Wait,
Don't
do,
like
I
that.
do I get to take my turn?
yeah, you do.
Okay, if I see Moonshine coming up, dragging Phaedra, I never quite take my eyes off of Bad Zat. But I like back up and I run over and I'm going to do something I've only done once before, but it worked like a charm. I am going to cast Gaseous Form on Phaedra and suck Phaedra up and cough her back into a bottle, or then back into a bottle.
You just toked Phaedra.
I just toked Phaedra and cap her inside of maybe like my wine skein or something, and hand it over back to Moonshine and go, it'll be much easier now.
Puff, puff, pass the turn.
Come up past Phaedra.
Well, it's like a really like classy head, high. It's really great.
It's the best.
We gotta ask B if Phaedra is a sativa or indica.
Or a hybrid.
A hybrid.
Only next week on the
hybrid.
finale of Into the Southlands. And I go, quick, they're sailing without us, look! And again, I point across the way. Ignore the Zat with the goatee. Not
I'm just
Zat.
gonna like use my free interaction with the bottles to like put the bottles on like someone's doorstep and be like, potion,
Oh, yeah.
for sickness, and just leave a note and then start running.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say for brevity's sake that you both run past Evil Zat.
Action to disengage if I need to and keep
Yeah,
bolting.
and you get onto the ship. But what you didn't see
Oh, no.
is that there was one wolf that never lost sight of Ufu. And this wolf immediately jumps and bites and tears into Shadowzat. and the polymorph breaks.
No. But does he still take damage from the Shadow Wolf? Should.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay.
there's one round before this ship can cast off.
Is
it now my turn?
We are going to start Ufu, Moonshine, Shani, Zat, and then the Shadow Stag. So, what now?
So we're now with Ufu.
I'm like running, making sure that Moonshine doesn't fall behind. I'm like, we have Phaedra in a bottle. Go.
I've got like this little bottle of Minotaur and a bottle of the potion and one bottle left of the potion that I've kept for myself, and I'm just running. As we go, Moonshine's gonna do like the jump onto the ship and then try and simultaneously cut the anchor or the moors so we can just go.
Okay. That's gonna bring us to Shani. What do you do?
I would like to cast polymorph on this little no longer kitty. We're gonna get this party going. I'm gonna roll this, right?
No, I have to roll a save.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, your spell save DC is a 16.
Am I? Core. Spell save. Where is that located?
It'll be at the top.
At the top of
under spells?
Yeah.
Yeah, spell save is 16. Yes, you are correct.
You are very lucky I don't have this, because like the whole battlefields all the time would just look like a bunch of Zats running around.
The Shadow Stag gets +9.
Damn it! Come on, baby.
Oh.
So let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
You see the form begin to shift. It just
wait. Can I do it at a higher? Can this be done at a higher level, or does that matter? That doesn't matter.
It doesn't change the
Yeah,
spell
change
save.
the spell save.
So that's gonna bring us to Zat. Zat, what are you gonna do on your turn?
How close are they to us?
30 feet.
Damn it.
Okay. Zat will. So it is scariest thing alive, maybe alive, then Shadow Wolf or it's Shadow Shani and then Wolf. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Zat will. Zat will remember to just ping into his head that there is a cannon on the ship that he is also on. A grease cannon in particular. Zat remembers where it is and goes to get it. Would love to drag it out, aim it, and fire it.
I have to make a dexterity save.
You sure do.
And I believe the spell save for this was a DC 17.
I think that's right.
If it's Moonshine's, it's 18. But
That's DC 18.
because it's I've just remembered myself. That's why I typed it in chat.
Yes.
Yes.
Take a big ball of grease.
So
Grease always saves the day.
Is getting ready. You can see just purple eldritch energy crackling in this centaur's hands. And then you shoot the grease cannon. That sounds like a giant bottle of ketchup. Just and you see hooves just clipping and a clopping.
No, he's dancing.
No.
It's like that guy with the snow shovel and that vine where he just won't go down. Is just
question: is grease flammable?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it sure is, Shawnee. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He's gonna use half his movement to get up, and then he's gonna cast a spell at y'all because you need to suffer from this. I need to hurt one of you real bad. I need to hurt one of you so bad right now.
I'll take the hit. Do it. I had it coming.
No.
Goodness, what do you do?
No.
What do you do?
I know exactly what he's gonna do, and
Oh,
it's
no.
bogus.
Oh no.
So
Oh no.
you see the eldritch energy, and there is just the tiniest little bit of a spark that happens on your ship.
Oh. Oh. No.
And a fire erupts and begins to take the shape of the humanoid.
Huh.
And you hear, "Burn it to ashes."
If you burn our ship.
And the ship begins to cast off, and you see the fire elemental begin to light the ship on fire. And that's where we're gonna wrap for today.
No.
Well, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Well, y'all.
He was not a happy camper.
I like the idea because I can almost see this where the fire and elemental smashes the fist down, and as it hits the ship, it also hits the water and the steam from the water. Like, that looks so cool. That sounds awesome. And not for us, not for our characters or us, but like, you know, for your mental brains.
I remind you all that Moonshine has 2 spell slots left.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah. I'm gonna have. Yeah.
And you're gonna have to figure out how to get this thing off your ship and how to repair any damage it might have done. That should seem like that should be a fun encounter for us to come into our final episode. And I'm certain this won't be the last we've seen of the Shadow Stag, who has been utterly embarrassed. And I'll just note one more thing. Yes, grease is flammable, and you have a grease cannon, and there's a fire elemental on your ship. You got some work to do.
Yeah.
But that has been our show. That's been the penultimate episode.
Wow.
I just want to say thank you for watching. If you stuck with us from the very beginning, thank you. If you're here from last season, even bigger thank you. It is, as always, my pleasure to bring this story to you and to enjoy sharing it with my friends here. I've been your GM Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. One more thank you all. Because of you, I've been able to get through to 1,000 followers on Twitch. So I appreciate you.
Nice. Congrats.
I know, right? I did a little happy dance. It was great. So I'm gonna pass it off to the most important part of any story, which is the people that tell it. So we're going to start with, you know what? We're gonna start with Zach this time because you are a devastating VIP. You are MVP. You turned my BBEG into a BDSM version of yourself. I'm disgusted.
He gimpified him.
You turned my bad guy into a gimp.
I want to point out Zat has been learning a lot of fashion from Phaedra. So like this was the top fashion that Zat could think of. Hi, my name is
We're learning
Marcus.
a lot about Zach.
Yeah, there's a lot. He's like a cat, you know. Anyway, my name is Marcus. It's been a pleasure. You can follow me at Best Kinda Worst on Twitter. I don't really post anything. You just check out here next week. It's gonna be awesome. These people are great. Follow them, love them, give them support. Check out their threads. Check out their content. Check out Kobold Press. Do all this stuff. Go be cool. Support people online and in person too. Like, don't be weird about it. Go. Stop looking at me. Go away.
And next we have everybody was the MVP. I gotta say that mimicking move, clutch. Please let's give it to KP or Shadi. Tell us about yourself, where we can find you.
Oh, this was fantastic. Hello, everybody. My name is KP, also known as KP11 Studios on all of your social medias, and I played Shani today. I will be continuing to playing until the ultimate episode, and I have all this joy with the fact that I get to play with amazing people like this all the time, and I'm hoping I can continue to do so. And you can let me or support me in telling these stories by following me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Twitch, wherever you see me as KP11 Studios. I do photography, I do cosplay and portrait photography. I play TTRPG. I talk about culture and a bunch of sort of things like that. If you're interested in spooky stories from other places, aside from your typical Western fantasies like vampires and werewolves, I'm doing a little series this month where throughout the week, I put out stories from South Asia, from specifically India and Pakistan and Bangladesh and so on and so forth. Stories that I grew up with. So any of that might be interesting to you, such as the Nishidak or the Chudel or something along those lines. Come check it out over there. I'll be putting it out throughout this month, at least like 12 more posts to go. So plenty of content to help inspire you and scare you and hopefully, interest you. But yeah, any of that sounds fun. Come check us out there.
Heck yeah. Next, we got Anita, or the Queen of Greece. I can't believe that Greece canon came back.
Cannon, Grease cannon. Oh, there's a Grease cannon here.
Yep. Like I said, I have yet to be proven wrong that anything can be solved with liberal application of the grease spell.
We need to write this actually into D&D. That's the problem.
It's true.
Everything.
Remember when you were like, I want this campaign to start being like a little bit darker and a little bit grittier, so I'm going to introduce this like super evil big bad, and like it's gonna start turning around for you, and then you decided to hire a bunch of chaos monsters to play in this game with you.
Yeah, first off, I'm sorry.
I'm not. Hi everybody, I'm Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere online at Panita or at Critical Misses. I am a TTRPG streamer, a graphic designer, a cat mom about space. So yeah, you can find me here next week for the finale. You can find me over on Vancouver by Night on Wednesday for Tales from the Rookery, our Changeling the Dreaming 20th anniversary edition game. And you can find me Saturdays on the channel for Morning Ritual. Also, this Friday is the series finale of the Fear Itself game that I've been running on my channel called The Growing of the Dim. So check that out too. That's me.
All right. And for our friend who couldn't make it here today, what is everybody doing? All right.
What is yes?
You can find B all over the internet as B Zelda. They play in PowerPoint, which is a pretty dope game. Power Play, sorry, which is a pretty dope. Did I say? Oh,
yeah, you said the presentation.
You did. You did.
Okay, my bad. I'm so worried. They also have a Bluebeard's Bride actual play over on the Magpie official channel. Nice. So please give that a look. And we hope to see B next week. So please show some love. And finally, let's give it up for, oh my God, I forgot there's a...
Oh, we will be making animal sounds. Hi, friends.
I forgot there's a wolf in an interdimensional labyrinth right now.
It's
That'll be the end of the season at the end of the credits.
I'm sorry. sorry. Continue.
I'm just a dot over here at Kobold Press doing Kobold Press things. Pick a social media platform. Go look up Little Red Dot. I roll dice. I play stories. And I'm lucky enough to get to do it over here at Kobold Press as their Twitch producer, which is pretty sweet. So speaking of that, well, okay, first off, I have to say we have a new Kickstarter coming. Kickstarter coming October 18th. It's called The Book of Ebon Tides. If you are into the Shadow Realm at all, or the Shadow Fae, this is a setting guide to the Shadow Realm, not like Courts of the Shadow Fae, which is really a campaign. This gives you tons of new stuff. We've got all kinds of racial builds and like classes and subclasses and magic and all kinds of things dedicated to kind of the trickery of the Shadow Fae. So it's going to be pretty awesome. That launches on the 18th, but if you want to see some of that in action, you can tune in starting actually tomorrow night, Mondays, because we are bringing back season 2 of Courts of the Shadow Fae. So that kicks off tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I can math. Now, we made a promise at the top of this stream. We made a promise that for every sub, we would, in fact, make an animal noise. So along with the incredibly talented and kind Bubbernut, gifted 10 subs and then got their own. So we have 11 animal noises to make. I feel like we all need to take at least 2.
I don't know what you're all feeling. What if we hold this up for any other subscriptions for the finale too, and we do this as
and
a
we have to do it in a set. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do at least one for Bub, just in case he's still trolling, because we did promise. So absolutely. I'm gonna make what I believe an arena sounds like today, and the next week we will add to our 10 that we have to make before this finale is done. Okay.
Yeah.
I genuinely have no clue what sound hedgehogs make. I have no idea. So today, they sound like... There you go.
Oh my gosh. Dot, that was incredible.
That's their mating call.
Appreciate that.
All right, I'm going to hop in on this.
Yes.
I'm going to do I like to call this the intimate turtle.
Oh,
that's incredibly accurate, though.
so
Like
intimate.
startlingly accurate.
That sounds exactly like an intimate turtle.
Yeah, that's exact. That is.
Toe to tip, that's
Yep.
what that is.
I can't even right now. If you want to hear the rest of our very delicately handled animal noises, you can tune in next week. Same Kobold time, same Kobold channel for the finale of Into the Southlands, which I can only imagine is gonna be. It's gonna be a ride. Don't miss it. Just don't.
Cannot wait.
Yeah. Not safe for Sunday. Bye.